Papers All Stars. This is your commish, Cockroach Killers. Um, Here to do the week 6 recap, and this week was a good week for the old Cockroach Killer. Finally, I don't get to say that very often, but I'm gonna start off with the latest team to get eliminated from the side pot, and that would be Steel City. Steel City. So we got Century Legends. We have myself, of course, Wappa Plopper, Jägermeister. Last week was Songs for Money, and this week it is Steel City. So congratulations on the 6 remaining teams. Y'all hang in there. Good luck. Good luck. One of you guys in week 12, I think it's week 12 or week 11, one of them, if my math is right. I know it's one of those weeks. We'll be announcing who is the winner of the side pot. As far as the weekly recap goes, man, the first matchup is between the Cockroach Killers and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And going into this matchup, I mean, I spoke to Larry. Uh, I saw him at Burn on, I think it was Thursday or Friday. I was like, man, I'm gonna get crushed by this dude. I just knew that I was gonna lose this week. Honestly, nobody was giving me any production, and my team just showed up, man, out the blue. They just decided to have one of those weeks that they just haven't been having. Kareem Hunt gave me 33, Andrew Luck 35, 25 from Boyd. And you know what? Everybody got in the teens, high teens, except for one dude, Stephon Diggs, and the Packers defense last night didn't do too great either, allowing 30 points from San Fran. They got me 10. But Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, this was a very close matchup, 190 to 182. Um, and really it boiled down to Mr. Jordy Nelson and Bilal Powell combining for 7 points. A half decent effort from one of those guys would have gotten Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood the victory, but unfortunately for him, and fortunately for your boy, the Cockroach Killers got the W, improving my record to 2-4, and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, you dropped to 4-2. Next matchup, we got the Twat Waffles versus LLX2, and this was a nail biter. This was a close one. It was over with by Sunday because neither one of the teams had. Well, oh, that's a lie. LX2 had Aaron Rodgers playing on Monday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers needed 43 for the tie, 44 for the win, and he got 40. Just fell a little bit short for LLX2. But the main culprit in this matchup was Quincy Anunwa, who gave LLX2 -1 points. So, jeez, man, -1 points from a receiver. That's very rare, actually. I haven't seen a -1 from a receiver or running back in a while. So he got one catch, then he fumbled, he lost the fumble, and then he was hurt for the rest of the game. So that was the culprit in your loss, LLX2. Twat Waffles, you had good performances from James Winston with 46, and Ezekiel Elliott and Latavius Murray gave you 20, 26, and Alshon 27. So, hey, you improved to 4-2, my man, and LLX2, you dropped to 3-3. The next matchup we had was Game of Throws versus the Jägermeister, who came into this matchup with 0 wins on the season. And there it is. You got your first win, man. You got your first win. The season it's not done yet. 1-5 is not a death sentence. I mean, teams that make the playoffs, I've seen teams make the playoffs with 7 losses in the loss category, depending on how the league flows. So it's not over. Keep doing your thing, man. Matt Ryan gave you 38 along with Melvin Gordon's 38 and 26 from Julio Jones. On the other side for Game of Throws, man, he had 2 guys with 20, which is Phil Rivers and Robert Woods, and the Texas defense gave him 35, but he got a goose egg from Amari Cooper, who got that concussion early in the game, 0 points for him. Also, Naheem Hines only 5 points. So, hey, Game of Throws, you dropped to 2-4, my man. And Jägermeister, once again, congratulations. You get your first win of the season. You are 1-5. Next matchup, we got Century Legends versus Songs for Money, and these were 2 teams that came into to this matchup both 1-4. So both of them really could use a win this week. And the winner was Songs for Money in a blowout. He won by 33 points. For Century Legends, Listen, you had Russell Wilson with 29, and then you had six guys with 10 points or less. So it really was a team effort with this loss right here. It wasn't any one or two players' fault. It was like the whole team just did play like shit, man. Unfortunately, you got the low score of the week with 112. Songs for Money, you had 155, led by Todd Gurley and his 41 points. Austin Hooper gave you 22, and the kicker gave you 26 points. So you improved to 2 and 4 Songs for Money, and Century Legends, you dropped to 1 and 5. 1 and 5. Like I said, don't give up, man. 1 and 5 is not a death sentence. Next matchup, we got the Whopper Plopper versus Steel City. Both of these guys came in 4-1. Both of them were two of the two of the top scoring teams in the league, and I figured this would be a higher scoring affair. But hey, Whopper Plopper, you were able to pull this one out 146, 128. Dalton gave you 23. Saquon on Thursday night gave you 43. Man, that was a hell of a pickup. I know a lot of people were a little nervous about picking him up so early, but man, Saquon is the man. Definitely rookie of the year in my eyes. On the other side, it was Ben Roethlisberger with 29 for Steel City, Adam Thielen 31, Emmanuel Sanders 26. The problem with your team this week was your running backs, Mike Davis and Aaron Jones, who only gave you 7 points combined, and you also got a goose egg from your kicker. So, Whopper Plopper, you improved to 5-1. Steel City, you dropped to 4-2. And the next matchup, which is another blowout, basically 24 points. This was in a close one. Catahoula Leopards versus Been There Rape That. Catahoula Leopards, you had Cam Newton and Tyreek Hill leading the way with 31 and 41. And your kicker gave you 22. On the other side, you had a trio of Cousins, Sony Michel, and Antonio Brown in their 20s. And that was pretty much it for you, Been There Rape That. As Cooper Kupp got hurt, gave you 1 point, and Jordan Howard only gave you 4 points. And I'll tell you, Jordan Howard's been one of the major disappointments this year, man. He was a first round, early second round draft pick in most leagues, and he just hadn't produced all year, man. So he been one of the biggest busts of the year so far. Been There Rape That, you dropped to 3-3. Catahoula Leopards, you improved to 5-1. Hey man, keep on doing y'all thing. Teams that are 1-5, 2-4, like myself, I'm not gonna quit. I don't want y'all to quit. Keep setting those lineups. Keep making sure you're working the waivers. Let's get some trades going. Whatever it takes, man, to make it happen, just make it happen. Next week I'll be back to give y'all a week 7 recap. Don't forget, waivers go in tonight. So put in your waivers, guys. Put in those waivers. And I'll holler at y'all on Tuesday, next Tuesday, that is, for the week 7 recap. All right, man. I'm out of here. Peace.